Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogollon Monster here. Welcome to WTF Live. Usually, as usual on a Thursday, I don't have a plan. Anybody wants to come on, feel free. I'm going to post my email address, and if you guys, have something you want to talk about, I was trying to get Duke on from World Bigfoot Radio. I don't know. There's something about a show I just watched recently that was on somebody else's channel, and I felt like talking about it. Hopefully some people show up. What's up, Chris? Yeah, so I wanted to get some opinions on this show. I was talking to someone about it earlier. It was just a recent show with this guy, Mark, on Bigfoot Odyssey the other day. I think it was the first. Dude, I'm Kevin. I meant to get in touch with you. Send me your email address again, and you can come on tonight. We'll hang out. Yeah, about that show. It was just left me scratching my head. So, was hoping to talk about that. Hey, Belle. Good to see you. Thanks for being here, and thanks for what you're doing. All my mods, thank you so much. Hey, Jem. So, let me get my email address up there. You guys want to get in touch with me? I got to turn it on to notifications on my phone because I got complaints last time. You guys want to come on, send me your email address, and I'll send you a link, and you can come on, and we'll bullshit. Kevin, do that. Get in touch with me. I'm not opposed to putting more than 2-3 people up, 4, whatever. I think we're adult enough to handle that. Might be fun. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to do. Sound. Vibrate only. So yeah, Kevin, if you're going to come on, man, we could talk about that whole Kuiper belt. That you know what I want to talk about. Don't hope it doesn't kill the show. But I'm kind of interested in that, and there's some other things I want to talk to you about. Yeah. So let me get back to chat. Sorry. Right on. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. My phone updated and gave me all these useless apps. They're in the way. Oh well. It'll come through. So yeah, let's see who's in chat. We got Belle. Annie, gone fishing. Good to see you, man. Hilton, welcome. What is that? Mo, got the start of confusion on your forehead tonight. Should be interesting, LOL. Pretty much, brother. Pretty much. Yeah, Pappy, I know you don't do a lot of shows, but anytime, you're welcome on my show. That's funny. Let's see what else. Felix, hey, good to see you, man. All right, let's see. I know you sent it, dude. I'm gonna bring it up. For some reason, my mail's not coming through. Figures. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to have dead air here. Got it. All right, it's going to come out to you, Kev. Hang on, guys. I just got to type this in real quick. Yeah, it's cool, Kev, on this show as well. Just some of these claims, and they kind of go along with what you've said or you've experienced. Yeah, I type with one finger. Holy shit. All right, dude. I'm sending it. So hearing a noise outside the door. It sounds like a kid on a skateboard. All right. So hopefully Kevin will get on soon and we'll get a conversation going. Yeah, you guys know I don't care if you curse, but don't get raunchy and don't give my mods a hard time. I know you guys are cool. So, Prairie Fire, hi. Great to see you. Donna. Got my portal mug. Got to support those other channels. Yeah, I'm drinking a green tea with ginger, and I put some ground organic turmeric in there, and it seems to help. There we go. Get my headphones in. What's up, amigo?
Not much, Russ. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Did I ask the wrong question?
No, just compiling more information. I can talk a little bit about it. The videos that I put up on my YouTube channel about the incoming rocks. Something I said in one of them got the attention of somebody because I had 6 videos removed, the 2 live videos and plus 4 videos that I made completely. I have no idea where they went.
Well, that's no good.
Yeah, but here, let me kind of get myself arranged here. But no, I've just been hanging around the house doing the family thing. Because I previously had stated, on my YouTube channel, my goal for this year was 120 days out in the field. I think I'm somewhere at about 45 right now, but yeah, the 120 days isn't going to happen.
No, that's a big goal. I mean, I know if it wasn't for the COVID thing, you'd easily have done it if you would have surpassed
Oh,
that.
oh yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah, easily.
unfortunate. I listened to a show today that was on Bigfoot Odyssey, and it was on the first. The guy's name was Mark. I don't know if you caught that show at all.
No, I haven't.
Uh,
I,
there
I I've
was
been I've been so tied up in research with this other stuff that yeah, no, I haven't caught much of anything.
right on. Yeah, there was just it was an interesting show, and it I had a lot of questions after it. But I know I need to find someone that has seen it, and it doesn't need to be tonight. Need to be tonight, I should say. Um, but yeah, I was talking to somebody about it, and it was just, I don't know. It's just one of those shows where you're like, you know, I didn't know what
Right.
to say after watching it.
Yeah. Well, being I don't have any points of reference towards it, I really have no idea what you're talking about unless you want to give me some for instances.
Oh, the show.
Yeah.
Um, the guy was talking about um, creatures coming from uh, under the earth. That's where these creatures are from, and um, like the veil that we talk of between the worlds. These certain creatures can pass right through it, and they're kind of shadowy creatures, and that kind of reminded me of you. Your stories of your experiences with the
Uh-huh.
people. Um, I wish you had heard it. I know you'd have something to say about it. Um,
Yeah. Well, um, 3 years ago I'd have gone bah humbug, or I highly doubt it, or anything like that. But one with everything I've experienced with shit, what am I? Just somewhere shy of 6,000 hours out in the field now. Um,
Damn.
it's yeah, exactly. Um, I will not say that
Thanks, mother.
anything is impossible anymore. I have I've fallen off that fence. Yeah, and that's why I always tell people, don't let your paradigm dictate your experience. Let your experiences dictate your paradigm. Because
Yeah, I remember when you said that when I interviewed you up at on the rim,
yeah.
and that stuck with me. It made a lot of sense, and it was really excellent advice. You know, um, hard to execute probably at times, but if people
Oh,
can,
mhm.
you know, I think going into to a situation here with those words already in your head might help for some reason. To me, anyway. Um,
Well, see, there's, we as us as in, human beings, the Homo sapiens sapien, we put too much faith in traditional sciences. It's kind of becoming a religion in an aspect that this is where you need to put your faith in something you can see, feel, and touch. Um, me being a devout Christian, that's not where my faith lies. Um, you know, Faith being something unseen that have hope for. But there's just so much more going on than what the traditional sciences, traditional academia um, will accept or even or even teach, and to get into the true science, the discovery of the unknown. Um, it it takes a lot broader view than this is the way it is and this is the way it has to be. And the people that are saying that all have their own philosophy, their own paradigm that they're basing this off of. And the problem with that is, if this is the way it has to be, prove it. And you can't prove the non-existence of anything, because you'd have to be in all places at all times in order to do that. And you just can't do that. But there's so much more going on than what meets the eye. And that, that's kind of a funny statement, because if you think about, what allows us to actually visually see something. I mean, we see like, this little itty bitty spectrum of light out of,
Sure.
out of everything there is. And the way the rods and cones in our eyes work, it all has to do with frequencies and vibrations on how we are able to see anything. And if there is light reflecting and vibrating at a frequency and a wave pattern that our eyes can't detect, what are you going to do with it when all of a sudden you realize it's there? It's the things that I've seen out there, like last year, the sighting I had, where I actually got up and walked over towards them, never took my eye off him, never blinked, and I got about 35 feet away from him, and he just was gone. What do you do with that? How do you process that? And if you limit your thinking into it has to be this way or not at all, you're going to miss the boat. And and this is kind of one of the gripes I have with a lot of researchers, no fault of their own, but they call themselves a researcher, but they won't look into like the guys who believe that they're absolutely a descendant of Gigantopithecus. They will not look into the woo, because it can't be that way.
Sure.
Well, right then and there, you are no longer a researcher, and you're somebody pushing an agenda. So you have to keep your mind open.
Absolutely.
Now, as far as something living in the center of the earth or under the crust of the earth, I don't know physically, but I wouldn't doubt it. Because just looking at some of the scriptures in the Bible, like in Revelations, where it talks about the pit will be opened, and all these things are going to come up out of the pit, that are going to sting like scorpions, and I don't know. I can't say it's impossible. I would lean more towards highly probable.
To me, it seemed the whole story, what I walked away with from listening to this show is that, the guy was claiming that they were coming from hell without even saying it. Everything implied, because he kept quoting the Bible saying about, the three realms was heaven, earth, and below the earth. And these things said they were from below the earth, excuse me. And that's when he would quote the Bible. So it implies that they're from hell, to me anyway.
Yeah.
So
that's assuming the center of the earth is hell. None of us know.
It said under the earth.
Under the earth. Okay.
So how you translate that, or
yeah,
it's open for interpretation.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, with what I've experienced out in the field, I can't say it's not possible. I just can't. I can't limit myself. With what I've experienced, and then to turn around and say that that's not possible, that would just be asinine.
Sure.
Do I know that happens? No, I don't. I've never experienced anything coming out of the ground or from under the earth or anything like that. but I have seen what I can only classify as something dimensional. Outside of this dimension, coming in or out of. That's the only way.
It kind of jives with what this guy was saying as far as the veil, how they can pass through the veil, and like young ones, I don't know, they call themselves the masters according to this gentleman, and they pass through this veil no problem. Like they can sneak up behind you, reach through the veil, pull your ponytail if you're a girl or whatever, and just disappear, and you turn around, there's nobody there. It was so bizarre, dude.
Yeah. Actually, what I should say, but I can't say. I'll once the show is over with, I'll talk to you a little bit about some intel that I'm just going to leave it at that. Some intel that I've received from high up.
Right on.
Kind of referring back to that. What I can tell you, let me think. Okay, going back to ancient civilizations, we are taught by mainstream academia the Egyptians built the pyramids. Anybody who's done any research into that knows that's BS. That the Samaritans are the oldest known civilization on the earth because of their writings. Well, the thing is, the clay tablets and some of the I think the bronze tablets or brass tablets of the Sumerians is only about 1% of what they've actually recovered, and very vital information on the rest of them. And once again, I'll talk to you on the phone afterwards, or once the show's over. But for anonymity reasons, I got to keep my.
No, I get it, man. That's all good. So your channel's got your videos got taken down for talking about your knowledge on the pending clusterfuck coming up.
Yeah. What I can say is we're going to be entertaining a lot of meteor strikes to the point to where the phrase meteor storm is going to become as common language as social distancing.
Social distancing, yeah.
I got to think a minute.
Take your time, man.
Yeah,
don't compromise yourself or.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to.
I don't need anybody knocking on my door either.
I'm trying to make sure that that I'm having the right information from the right person, and then whether that's something that he's released publicly.
Sure.
Because yeah. Okay. So one of my sources, it was told to him, he was on a 2-hour-long conversation on a secured line. He's ex-CIA, secured line with one of President Trump's advisors. This guy's been in the government for a long time. They absolutely know this is coming. And according to how it was told to him and how it was told to me, is that by September, and if not in September, by February, March timeframe, that there's not a person on this planet that's not going to know we're in deep shit. A FEMA engineer has come out and said, has confirmed this, basically stating this is the reason for the lockdowns that they want to keep everybody in place so they know where to get the bodies.
Jesus.
No, I can't say that one.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to inconvenience them,
Right. Well, and
Dicks.
one of my sources, he had said that, he was asked the question, if you were a leader of a country or a president, president of the United States, and you knew that 2/3 of your population was going to be wiped out, and there is absolutely nothing you could do to save them, would you tell them, or would you keep it to yourself so they, can go on living life as normal as possible until they can? And I agree with them. That I've pondered on that thought very deeply, and I have to agree with them that, to a point that no, I wouldn't tell the public.
If it's inevitable, why cause a panic?
Yeah,
I mean, if there's nothing you can do about it, I get it. I'd probably do the same thing.
I don't. Okay, here's one I can give you that you can look up. Is Deagle, DEA? Here, I want to make sure I'm spelling it correctly. DEAGLE.com. Give me a second.
Hey, Eddie, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while.
Okay, yeah, it's DEAGLE.com. What Deagle is a very, very, very high-end think tank group. They get all their information from like the Mossad, the CIA, FBI, MI6 or whatever it is over there in Britain.
Yeah.
All these intelligence agencies, and what they do is, is they kind of track countries' finances and expenditures and things like that, and military spending, military hardware purchasing and stuff like that. So when you pull up the website, in the taskbar, type in the United States, just United States, and hit enter, and it's going to come up on a screen that says nothing found. But on the middle upper left-hand side, there's 4 tabs, and one of those tabs says country. You click on that, and what it gives you is like, when this report was done in 2017, the population of the United States at that time, 237 million. How many people per square kilometer? What the U.S. is worth, what the GDP is, what the government spending is, what the military budget is, and stuff like that. And then below that, they have the forecast for the year 2025 with a population of 100 million. That's from 237 million. I think we're 250 million now, something like that. So that's almost 2/3 reduction in population of the United States. And they do say that this is not taking in like nuclear war or biological, disease or anything like that. They're not saying why they've come up with that figure, but they've come up with that figure and said it doesn't have to do with war, and it doesn't have to do with disease. So,
yeah, it's all about the strikes.
Yeah. I remember one of the other ones I could tell you about. I got this kind of third hand. Somebody who does budgeting for the government. I'm not going to say what the number was because I don't recall what the dollar amount was, but it was a shitload of money that is being budgeted for disaster cleanup. And it wasn't the kind of number you would expect after a hurricane, or the kind of number you would expect after a riot or tornadoes or flooding or anything like that. It was a huge number,
Yeah.
and so why are they budgeting this kind of money? Why is FEMA doing what FEMA's, so if you start looking, you can start realizing that, there's more to this pandemic than just the virus.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like I have extensive nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare training. I went through an 8-week course in Alabama, back in late '80s. So one of my side specialties was nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare. And the moment this came out, I knew it was a biological attack, but it's not what they're making it out to be. They're using it more as fear propaganda
Sure.
to get everybody in control and in line, and get ready for what's coming. And it's and that's just one aspect of what's coming, of the information I've gotten. So,
have you heard anything about I watched this show on Netflix recently called Unacknowledged, and it talked all about disclosure with UFOs and whatnot, and how it's actually a military tactic was to, attack yourself and blame someone else. And towards the end of this thing, this documentary, they said that we have the technology to recreate any UFO that's been seen, and stage an alien attack on ourselves and blame the aliens like it's another, to unite the world or whatever the hell it's for. But
well,
you ever hear of that tactic?
There's all kinds of tactics that they use through through frequency weapons and things like that. Let me tell you, the technology that the governments have is about 600 years ahead of where we are today. How did he say this? If the public knew what we had for technology, they would blow a gasket. Why are we paying utility bills?
With zero point energy out there somewhere.
Yeah. Why are we still buying fuel? So I let my imagination run wild with that. What he did say is that we will start seeing limited amounts of this technology being used in this upcoming war that's sitting on our doorsteps, which, that's another issue we're facing. But we're going to be getting hit from multiple fronts, man. It's
2020. I think we expect anything. Shit.
Well, I keep saying,
excuse me,
that every week it's gotten worse and stranger than the week before. It's going to get better. No, it's not. Not by a long shot. When what was the movie? 2012. Yeah, 2012.
That was a good movie. I've seen it probably 20 times.
Yeah, with Broderick in it, when he's screaming at his ex-wife on the phone, when the government says don't panic, that's when you panic. There's a lot of truth to that.
That was a good movie. I liked the special effects in that movie. That was awesome.
Yeah. Have you seen the previews to the movie Greenland with Gerard Butler?
No.
You can look it up on YouTube, but they pulled the movie, blaming it on COVID. They haven't pulled any of the other movies.
Was it a controversial movie, or I mean,
it's predictive programming of what's coming, the meteors.
oh, okay. Here, I'm gonna throw that question up, Hetty. That's not it. Damn it.
Has anyone heard strange sounds in the sky? I haven't heard strange sounds in the sky, but you know, I don't know if you had this happen a couple of days ago, Russ. I don't remember what day it was. Probably Saturday or Sunday, maybe. Shit, I don't remember. But anyway, I got up early in the morning and everything looked weird outside, and the light was yellow. I mean, we were overcast, but you know, I've lived in this desert, you know, for 51 years, and you know, minus military, but you know, I've been here my whole life, and I've never seen the light, you know, coming from the sun look almost a goldish yellow. The ground looked wrong. The color of the green of the trees were off. You know, because I was talking with my neighbor about it, and he said, "Yeah, I noticed that. That was the strangest thing I've ever seen."
Was there an eclipse by chance?
No,
no, you never know.
yeah,
it was just the way it was filtered. I mean, I know you guys. I know you didn't have one the other day, but I know you guys get the sandstorms down there. But that really, yeah,
yeah. People call them haboobs, but
haboobs, yeah.
But they only started calling them haboobs, you know, since we went over into the Gulf, after 9/11. But I'm here to tell you, a haboob is entirely different than what we have here. I mean, we get some bad dust storms. You know, they look like a haboob, but they're not a haboob. not by a long shot. But no, it was just really strange. And you know, and I've also got a video that I put up on my YouTube channel that I'm kind of surprised that didn't get pulled. But I was outside. This was July 15th. I went outside at about 7:15 because I was looking for Neowise, the comet. But where Neowise was supposed to be, I couldn't really see because the house is across the street. You know, we're blocking that part of the skyline.
Sure.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, it's a full moon. Wait a minute, that's not the moon." And you know, because A, the moon is never in the northwestern sky, and B, it wasn't a full moon, and C, the moon was on the other side of the planet from me at that time.
Still east.
Yeah, you know, so I'm looking at this thing going, I mean, I don't know what I was looking at. You can go look at the video. I think I titled it "The Moment I Realized It Wasn't the Moon" or something to that effect. I have no idea what I was looking at. But what I saw was something that looked like the moon. It looked like a planetary body. And I mean,
how big was it?
A little smaller than what the moon would be. Not much, but you know, it looked like the moon. I mean, there's some clouds in the foreground. You know, the sun had just set. I turned the camera, you know, towards the sunset and brought it back to show that, you know, it's not sun flares, you know, coming through the lens of the camera. And, you know, this object, you know, it's back behind the clouds. And, you know, so you can tell it's way far off as I pan off to look to the north. And, you know, as the camera moves around a little bit, I don't know what it was. What it looked like was a planetary body. What it was, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. It wasn't there the day before, and it wasn't there the day after.
It wasn't a planetary body. So if you guys in chat have any questions, feel free to ask about anything. And yeah, put them in. Put your questions in caps so I can see them I can catch them quicker.
I could tell you about this my last trip I went on.
Sure. Yeah, I don't mind dead air. They're used to it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the weekend of the 4th or not the 4th of July, 24th of July, that weekend, myself, Chuck, and then the guy you met that was with me, Wayne, we were up there on site, had can't remember what the name of their YouTube channel was, but they're from Minnesota. They flew out. They wanted to do some stuff on the Mogollon monster, and we're in Pace, and so they contacted me, and we went up there and did interviews with them. And Red Square Productions is what their production company is, but they have a YouTube channel, and they're going to be making a whole bunch of different documentaries, like the Lake Champlain monster, all stuff cryptid. And so they were up there on Friday. What Chuck and I went up on Wednesday, and Wednesday was kind of a light night. We had activity. But Thursday night, it was a brand new experience. We're sitting in the dark, no moon out, like being in the bottom of a coal mine.
Sure.
And he says, I think I see a shimmering image standing next to you. And, for anybody, you that are out there listening, that's what we refer to as when people say cloaked. I hate the term cloaked. I despise it because it automatically starts putting people in the mindset of science fiction. But anyway, he says, I think there's I don't remember if he said shimmering image or a distortion next to you, right on your left-hand side. He was sitting right to my right. And I look over, and all I see is this, here, let me get towards, everything was going like this. And I was like, well, holy shit. And, so I put my hand out. And so now my hand, I can see my hand, but there's this
distortion,
this wave of distortion to it. Kind of like when you're driving down the road and you get the refraction of the heat rising up off of the ground and you get that distortion. It was similar to that, but it was much more pronounced in how much of this motion like this, so I'm looking at that, and he says, I think I see one in front of me. And so as I turn to look over there, I see this going all the way around in front of me and around in front of him and around to the back. And I turn around and look, and we're engulfed in whatever this distortion is. I don't have the slightest clue to it. There was no sensation of cold or hot or any buzzing feelings or any tingling or anything like that. It was just this distortion that was there. And, that lasted for, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. Completely unreal. And the same night, him and I both had a sighting. You remember right where you pulled into the camp?
Yeah.
Okay. And so that road you came in and then turned into the camp, right on the other side of that 2-track road, there's 2 pine trees that we refer to as the goalposts that are in between this other little 2-track road that goes off out into Nowhereville. And what we saw, because of the skyline behind it, or behind this image, was it moved from our left to our right. We saw, it was probably the distance of about 15 feet that we saw it travel, but it was extremely quick. Kind of a not a big bulky, but more of like excuse me, a basketball player, right around 7.5 foot tall. We both saw it at the same exact time, and so that was a good confirmation of a solid night sighting. And I think it was the same individual that I saw up there. Was it 2 months ago? I think it was, and that was 50. That one was 56 yards away, and I watched that one walk probably the distance of about 75, 80 yards through the trees until I couldn't see it in the trees anymore. Yeah,
That's a long sighting.
Yeah, that's next to my juvenile sighting. That was my best sighting. I was pretty ecstatic about it.
No doubt. I missed some questions, and people are we started to talk about meteors and stuff, and people threw some questions out there, and I didn't get to them, but I do want to address them. When is this supposed to happen? You were saying this was supposed to start September, or
when we're going to actually start getting the impacts. Their best guess is by the end of the year. It'll start one or two every three, or I should say one or two every week, and then it'll move to 5 or 6 a week, and it'll just slowly progress until it just, becomes this, this onslaught, which some of them are saying could be as long as 18 months before it gets real bad, but that this could last for a couple of years.
Really?
Yeah, it's a massive debris field. How it was said is that you call it an asteroid belt, we call it something else. Yeah, and so I guess the best way, because an asteroid belt sits on the ecliptic, on the plane where all the planets are.
Sure.
And so it's going to be like that. Well, this is
a cloud.
This is a big cloud of debris that's coming.
It's a shitstorm.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I mean, you can't prepare for something like that. I mean,
well, yes, you can, and you can't. My suggestion, I know a lot of people aren't faith-based. I am, and so I take rest. Yeah, and I take rest in that. When Jesus said, "I didn't give you the spirit of fear, but of hope and love," I hope for love, and I love to hope. but
hope is good. Hope keeps you going.
I personally don't have any fear of what's coming, because I'm either going to live or I'm going to die.
It's a coin flip.
Yeah, I have been on death's doorstep and looked them in the face more times than I care to count. So I've been there. I'm not worried about it. With my faith and my beliefs, I know what's waiting on the other side. I'm just visiting here in this meat sack, and once this trip is over, I get to go back to my kingdom. So,
no, I hear you. It's just I just how much more shit are we supposed to take?
Well, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. Luke 21:25, there'll be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, nations in perplexity over at the tossing of the waves. Men's hearts will fail them for fear of looking after those things coming upon the earth. I mean, that's...
It says it all.
pretty much.
I mean, what is that? Revelations?
No, that's Luke.
Luke. You did say Luke. My bad.
Yeah. Luke chapter 21, verse 25 through like 29. Revelation 6, Revelation 8 talks about impacts. They talk about the stars falling from the sky like figs off a fig tree from a mighty shaken wind. It's the information is out there. The information has been there for a long time. This isn't the first time that we are entertaining disasters on this kind of scale. It's happened before, and this time it just happens that it's going to be worse than we've ever seen.
Well,
so that
we can pray that someone's wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, hope.
Sure.
And we can hope for the best, but we also have to be not only physically and mentally prepared, but also spiritually prepared.
Sure.
I mean, if you've got the physical and the spiritual part, but you're not mentally ready for what this event could actually look like. What I'm told is what we see in the movies is nothing close to what's coming. Like the movie San Andreas, like the movie 2012.
It's worse.
Yeah.
How could 2012 turn out any worse? The Earth didn't explode.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit. Oh well. See what happens. I mean, I'm not gonna,
my suggestion is
lose sleep over it.
Yeah, don't lose sleep over it. Because whether it happens or doesn't happen, we have no control over it. And my suggestion, this is what I'm doing. This is why I put my Squatch research on hold, is because I have to dedicate this time to my family, to my wife, to my kids, my grandkids, my friends, my neighbors. If I showed them 100% love before, now I'm showing them 1,000%. And that's what we have to do. And
it's not a bad thing.
Yeah. If we could all accomplish that, it'd be a whole different world we're living in right now.
Yeah. But what's it going to take? For us to come together. I mean, it would take something like an alien invasion where the whole world is at threat from an outside source, and it would be like Independence Day. That's the only way to unite, I think, the world, is from an outside threat like that. But who knows? I'm not going to hold my breath.
Nope, I'm not either.
I should be more optimistic, but
well,
it's pretty shitty out there right now.
Yeah, with me, I'm an optimistic pessimist, or I'm pessimistically optimist. I haven't figured it out yet. No, it's about living every day to the fullest. Open. You go to the store, open the door for somebody. Somebody's short a little bit of change, cover them. If you financially can. Just be decent to each other. And it's
Absolutely.
It's not that hard to do,
And it's little things like that make somebody's day.
Yeah.
Oh my God, somebody just held the door for me. That's people are too busy to they'll just cut you off and walk through the door these days. It's manners and are hard to come by. It's a shame.
It is. It's ridiculous.
Let's see what Chris has to say. You're right. You never know,
Yep.
Chris.
Yep.
You never know.
We're not promised tomorrow. We're not even promised an hour from now. You know, it's kind of ironic. I always said something stupid is going to kill me, like an airplane engine falling out of the sky, you know, and taking me off my bike. I don't ride anymore because I physically can't. But you know, I always figured, you know, something stupid like that is what would take me out. You know, because you know, a pretty horrific jet ski accident. You know, rattlesnake bite, you know, got blown up over in the Gulf. You know, it crushed my knee, broke my collarbone, broke my neck. Um, you know, I shouldn't have lived through that, but why do you think they're really keeping it from us all? I kind of covered that. There's Okay. I'll give you a for instance. The East Coast of the United States. How many people live along the East Coast of the United States?
A lot.
Well, probably half of the population of the United States. I would guess something close to that. We'll just use the number 350 million people in the United States. We don't have any way to relocate 2/3 of the population of the United States. We don't have the infrastructure set up for it. We don't have, you know, basically the infrastructure for it. We don't have anywhere to put them. We don't have any way to feed them. We don't have any way to house them. We don't have any way to, you know, to do anything for them, you know, to relocate them. So you let them live out what time they have left, and you do things in the meantime to prepare for it. So when it does happen, you can take care of what's left. And that's exactly what they're doing. You know, that moving the CIA. They've either finished moving it or in the process of moving CIA from Langley, Virginia to Colorado Springs, Colorado. The NSA's big computer bank that took up, like, I remember if it was 20, I think it was 20 acres underground. There was a movie, I don't remember what the name of the movie was, but they had showed, you know, supposedly this, the NSA's computer system. Well, they moved that to Utah. What is the name of that stupid island off of New York where they did all the biological chemicals?
Shit.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I can't believe I can't think of the name of that island. But anyway, they moved that facility to Kansas.
Yeah, they were doing what, animal testing there,
among
other things.
Yeah, they were doing all kinds of biological and chemical warfare. Warfare testing there. But yeah, they were doing it on animals, and I'm sure they were probably doing it on people. And if you don't think a government does that,
Was it Plum Island?
Plum Island, yes, thank you.
People threw out Montauk, but I knew it wasn't Montauk.
Yeah, Plum Island, and they moved from that facility to Kansas. And
thanks, Donna.
Their backstory on it was they ran out of room. Now you can go onto Google Earth, look at Plum Island, and it looks like a nice golf course. They they didn't run out of room. It's because Plum Island probably won't be there. But you know, so they are setting up infrastructure, you know, inland, and so they're making the steps necessary as fast as they can. What I've been told is they've known about this since 1978.
Damn.
they don't just send space probes into outer space to take pictures of planets that we can see
No.
with telescopes. It's,
Yeah.
they had a target, they found the target, and they've been tracking it ever since.
Well, I mean, if believe it or not, guys, it's up to you. I just kind of let people present what they know, and
Yeah,
didn't mean to scare the shit out of everybody tonight.
Yeah. I cannot personally verify
The end of the year, Donna.
Any of this information, because I'm not looking
Supposedly.
through at the information that these people are looking at, so I trust them. They're good, decent people, and I don't think that for any reason they would come out with misleading information like this. So I feel that it's more than a credible threat, and so I'm taking the steps I feel I need to take. Not so much for myself, but for my family and my friends. That's just the way it is.
Sure.
And if nothing happens, I loved my family and my friends even more. I lived a better life. I was nicer to people. So if that's the worst thing that ever comes out of this, so be it.
Bomber, I'm sorry, hon. This is funny.
Oh, I could use one right now myself. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to go get one. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead and get some questions ready.
Yeah, guys, I didn't know it was going to be this drastic or cataclysmic, but we'll just put it up there with the murder hornets for now, and we'll see what happens. This year is just fucked. Oh God, and I feel for everybody that's been affected by everything that's been going on in the past 6 months or longer. It's really unfortunate. I've lost some family members in this past year, but it is what it is. And Cashew, thank you, buddy.
All right, I'm back. Hold on, y'all. Watch this shit.
Hold my beer.
Yeah, famous last words, right? And for those of you, I don't know if you can get this anywhere outside Arizona.
Kilt lifter.
Yeah, brewed in Tempe, Arizona. Scottish ale, phenomenal.
There's a coffee company down there that I forget where the fuck they are. Oh, they're in Queen Creek. No, Cave Creek.
Cave Creek.
Small little coffee company. I met the owner. I think her name was Kate. I think she goes by Cave Creek Coffee Company or whatever it is, something like that. But she had hooked me up with some samples, and it was good coffee. Yeah. I think I still have the label inside. I was gonna, throw her out a shout for the new coffee, the free coffee, I should say.
Yeah, free coffee is always good.
Yeah, I went out and bought a grinder just so I could drink it.
Yeah, I buy my coffee from Fry's. Their select brand, Mediterranean something or other. That's my camping coffee. That's my afternoon cup of coffee. In the morning, it's just Taster's Choice or Folgers. So,
Bell. He who? Me or Kevin? I'm not the one drinking.
First and only beer of the night.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't drink anymore. But I don't condemn those who do.
Yeah.
You know, to each his own. Hey, Duke's in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. I was trying to get you on earlier. But soon, dude. You got to come on soon. So, yeah, we're a little over an hour. So where do you think the safest place to be is, Donna asked, and this goes back to what we've been talking about. Oops.
Well, what I can tell you is where they think the safest places are going to be, and that's parts of the Middle East, Central China, and Central Africa. This is the reason why the Chinese have been building what they call the ghost cities in Central Africa or in China. I don't know if any of you have ever seen them, but these are huge, massive cities that nobody lives in.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't build them for no reason, and they also built them down in Central Africa. These are complete cities ready to be operational, and the information I was given is that they believe these are going to be the safe zones. Does not mean they're not going to be getting meteor strikes as well. You know, because more than likely, you know, this is going to well, not more than likely, it is going to be a worldwide event.
Let's hope not, Donna. You know what?
Yeah.
Like I said, don't lose sleep over it. You know, chalk it up there with the murder hornets for now. And
well, you know, here's a simple question. You know, are you safe driving down the freeway? No. You know, could you die tomorrow getting in your car, pulling out to go to work? Yeah. You know, so worrying about the end of everything is, you know, is pointless. Live every day you have to the best that you can, and you know, we'll see where the cards fall.
Absolutely, and you should. You know, you hear the expression, "Oh, you only live once." No, you only die once. You live every day.
Exactly.
So live. You know, don't fear the unknown. You know, that's the biggest cause of fear is the unknown. Yeah, not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow is, you know, like you said, you can't change it. So don't sweat it, guys. You know, we'll see what happens.
Well, like my dad always told me, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift, and that's why they call it the present.
Mm-hmm. Let me just blow through here real quick, see if there's any other questions. Squatch, how's it going? Hi, Ray. Justin. Sorry, guys, I didn't, you know, hang out and chat as much. I don't see any critical questions, anything. It's profound, Duke.
That's right.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna knock this off, I guess. Kevin, thanks for coming on, man. I've been wanting to get you on. You know, you're more than welcome here anytime. Duke, get in touch with me, dude. I'd like to get you on. I know you don't do a lot of shows, but I don't know. I'd like to talk to you. What else? I know this was a pretty depressing show, wasn't it? Fuck. What's up, everybody? The future looks bleak.
Yeah, it all depends on your point of view.
Sure. I mean, I remember when George Carlin did his show, and he talked about, the earth shaking us off like a bad case of fleas one day. What, humans? Ugh, get them off me. All right. Well, guys, I want to thank you all for coming in and hanging out with us tonight. Thursdays I usually don't plan anything, so whoever wants to come on, you're more than welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe, like, share, hit the go down to the comments and fill some comments in. I really like reading those. You guys are awesome with those. Again, Kevin, thank you so much.
Hey,
and you guys have a wonderful evening. You have stories you want to tell or share, send them to me here, monstermogollon@gmail.com, and we'll get you on. It's Kevin knows it's laid back with me. I don't, there's no pressure. Even I'm digging the live shows. I thought there was more pressure on live shows than there are recording shows, and it's kind of the opposite. I'd rather do a live show than the videos. I don't have to edit.
Well, you're farther along than me. I have no idea how to edit, and you can probably tell that by watching my YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but anyway. All right, guys. Tuesday night, I'm gonna try to get a guest coming on. I don't know yet who. Big Rob, thanks for posting that. And I'll announce it over the weekend what we're doing. But yeah, I'll be on Tuesday night and then probably Thursday night again. But Kevin, again, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you on Tuesday. I'll see you guys in chat, I'm sure, way before that. But all right, guys, you guys take care. Peace and God bless.
Peace out.